Welcome to US Numismatics. In today's video, we're diving into the fascinating world of rare Washington quarter dollar coins, those ordinary-looking coins that could actually be worth a fortune. From minting errors to low mintage surprises, these hidden gems might be sitting in your pocket right now. Stay tuned as we uncover the most valuable Washington quarters that every collector should know about. Top 1. Today we're talking about a simple, everyday coin that many Americans have seen or used without a second thought, the 1988 Washington quarter. But don't let its ordinary appearance fool you. There's something special about this particular year that makes some of these coins extremely rare and shockingly valuable. So stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll find out just how much this coin could actually be worth today, and believe me, it's a number that might make you dig through every coin in your collection. Let's take a moment to appreciate the Washington quarter itself. This coin has been a staple of American currency since 1932, when it was first introduced to honor the 200th birthday of George Washington. The design on the front shows a proud portrait of the first U.S. president, while the reverse originally featured the majestic eagle, a symbol of strength, liberty, and the American spirit. By 1988, the design remained largely unchanged, but that doesn't mean all coins were created equal. Now here's where things get interesting. The 1988 Washington quarter was minted in massive quantities. Millions were struck at the Philadelphia and Denver mints for everyday use. But here's the thing, most of those coins have long since worn down through circulation. They've passed through vending machines, gas stations, laundromats, and coin jars. Finding one in pristine condition is already a rare thing. But what makes some 1988 quarters extraordinary are the errors and unusual features that occurred during the minting process. You see, every now and then, the U.S. Mint makes a mistake. These minting errors are unintentional, but they create coins that are completely unique, and coin collectors absolutely love that. Some of the most sought-after 1988 Washington quarters have double dies, where the design appears doubled, especially in the lettering or numbers. Others have off-center strikes, where the coin wasn't properly aligned during production, resulting in an image that looks skewed or incomplete. These mistakes turn an ordinary quarter into a rare collectible. Then there are the clad layer errors, where the coin's outer layer of metal is either missing or peeling, revealing the copper core beneath. These errors can give the coin a strange look, sometimes with odd coloring or an unusual texture. And guess what? That oddness can make it far more desirable and valuable. Collectors go wild for these types of errors because they're so hard to find. A perfect error coin from 1988, especially one in uncirculated or near mint condition, is like finding a needle in a haystack. And if the coin has both rarity and historical uniqueness? That's when the value goes through the roof. Now, here's something that will really get your heart racing. Condition matters just as much as the error itself. A 1988 quarter with a rare error, in rough shape, might still be worth something, but a coin that has been carefully preserved and remains in mint state can command eye-popping prices at auctions or from serious collectors. So if you have a 1988 quarter, it's time to take a second look. Flip it over. Check for doubling in the words, "Liberty" or "In God We Trust." Look for any off-center images or odd textures. If your coin has one of these errors and it's in excellent condition, you could be holding something truly special. And now for the moment you've been waiting for. Are you ready for this? One rare version of the 1988 Washington quarter, with specific minting errors. Top 2. We're diving into the world of American coinage to shine the spotlight on a seemingly ordinary piece of change that might just be hiding in your pocket, drawer, or old coin collection. It's none other than the 1996 Washington quarter, and trust me, this is not your average 25-cent coin. In fact, this humble little quarter might just be worth a small fortune. At first glance, the 1996 Washington quarter looks just like millions of others. It has the familiar profile of George Washington on the front, stern and dignified as always. On the back, you'll find the classic eagle design, wings spread wide, standing proudly on a bundle of arrows with olive branches beneath. This design has been etched into the minds of Americans for decades. But here's the twist, some of these coins aren't what they seem. Before we get into the details, let's set the stage. In 1996, the United States Mint produced hundreds of millions of quarters at both the Philadelphia and Denver facilities. Most of these coins were used in everyday transactions, passed through cash registers, toll booths, vending machines, and piggy banks. They were made to be used, not saved. And because of that, very few people paid attention to the details. But as every serious collector knows, it's the details that make all the difference. Now, here's where things start to get really exciting. While most 1996 quarters are worth face value, a small number of them were struck with rare minting errors, and these errors are what separate a regular coin from a rare collectible that could be worth tens of thousands of dollars. Let's talk about a few of those fascinating errors. One of the most sought after is the double die error, where the lettering on the coin, such as "Liberty," "In God We Trust," or the year 1996, appears to have been stamped twice. The result is a clear, visible doubling effect that's obvious even to the naked eye. These errors happened during the minting process when the die shifted slightly between strikes. To a casual observer, it might look strange. To a collector, it's a dream find. Another rare and valuable error is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin blank isn't properly aligned with the dies, causing the design to be stamped off-center. The more off-centered the strike, without losing key features of the coin, the more valuable it becomes. Imagine a 1996 quarter with part of the design missing and the rest sliding dramatically to one side. It's not a mistake, it's a money-making marvel. And then there are the planchet errors, where the coin is struck on the wrong metal, or the outer layers are missing entirely, revealing the copper core beneath. These kinds of errors are incredibly rare and are considered true oddities by collectors. When these mistakes are combined with a high-grade condition, meaning the coin has little to no wear, the value increases dramatically, but rarity alone isn't enough. What truly makes these coins worth collecting is their condition. If you happen to find a 1996 quarter with one of these errors and it's in uncirculated or near mint condition, you've got something really special. Most people overlook these coins because they've been used and abused over the years, but those few that were set aside, preserved in coin rolls or collector albums, are now fetching incredible prices. Think about this for a second. A coin that was worth just 25 cents when it left the mint in 1996, could now be a collector's. Top 3. We're peeling back the layers of one of America's most iconic and overlooked coins, the 1971 Washington quarter. This little piece of American currency might seem like just another quarter, but what if I told you it could actually be worth thousands, possibly tens of thousands, of dollars? That's right. Today, we're digging deep into why this particular coin has captured the attention of collectors across the country. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly what makes the 1971 quarter special, which rare errors to look for, and just how much one of these coins can be worth today. So make sure you watch until the very end, because you don't want to miss this. Let's begin with the basics. The Washington quarter has been a staple in U.S. pockets and purses since 1932. It was originally created to commemorate George Washington's 200th birthday. The design was a hit and stuck around for decades, becoming one of the most recognized coins in the world. In 1971, the coin was still proudly carrying the classic eagle-on-reverse design, and it was produced in both Philadelphia and Denver mints. Now, you might be wondering, if millions of these were minted in 1971, what could possibly make one quarter stand out from the rest? Well, this is where it gets interesting. Most 1971 Washington quarters were made from a copper-nickel-clad composition. That's your standard issue. But a few rare examples slipped through the cracks due to minting errors, and those errors are exactly what make some of these quarters exceptionally valuable today. One of the most exciting types of mint errors is the off-metal strike. This means the coin was accidentally struck on a planchet meant for a different denomination, like a dime or even a silver coin blank. Yes, a 1971 quarter that was never supposed to exist on that metal. These off-metal strikes are extremely rare, and collectors go wild for them. Another major error to watch for is the double die, specifically on the obverse of the coin, where George Washington's image appears. This happens when the coin is struck twice by the die in slightly misaligned positions, creating a doubling effect on the letters or numbers. If you see, "In God We Trust" or "Liberty" looking like it's shadowed or blurry, don't clean it, don't toss it. That could be a double die error, and that's serious money. There's also the clipped planchet error, when a small section of the coin is missing due to a miscut blank. These coins often have crescent-shaped bites taken out of the edge. And guess what? That bite could add a chunk of value, and let's not forget about striking errors like off-center designs or coins with weak strikes where one side is missing detail. Each of these flaws can turn an ordinary coin into a collector's dream, especially if it's in good condition. Condition, in fact, is everything. A coin with a rare error is already valuable, but if that coin also happens to be in mint state condition, with sharp details and a shiny surface, the price skyrockets. Most 1971 quarters have been heavily circulated, showing years of wear and tear. But if you come across one that's clean, crisp, and possibly even uncirculated, with one of these errors, you may be holding something far more precious than just 25 cents. Now imagine this: you find a 1971 quarter in your change. You think nothing of it, until one day, you take a closer look and realize, it has an error. Maybe it's off-center. Maybe there's doubling in the text. Or maybe the weight seems off, and you realize it's on a different metal planchet. That tiny little detail could be the key to unlocking its true value. So what could one of these error coins, in top-grade condition, actually be worth? Hold on tight, because the highest known sale for a